Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about the deadly death zone and mystery of Yeti on Mount Everest. Join us on a thrilling adventure as we explore the mysterious and dangers of Mount Everest. In this video we take a closer look at two fascinating topics, the deadly death zone and the mystery of Yeti. Don't miss this epic journey into the unknown as we uncover the mysteries and dangers of Mount Everest. Andrew Irwin and George Mallory were two British mountaineers who attempted to summit Mount Everest in 1924. They were part of the British Everest expedition and were last seen on June 8, 1924, around 800 feet from the summit. Despite an extensive search, their bodies were not found, and the cause of their disappearance remained mystery for decades. In 1999, an expedition led by American climber Corned Anker discovered Mallory's body on the mountain's north face. The discovery renewed interest in the question of whether Mallory and Irwin had successfully reached the summit before their disappearance. Mallory's body provided no conclusive evidence, but many experts believe that they may have reached the summit before perishing on the descent. The mystery of Irwin and Mallory's disappearance has fascinated mountaineers and historians for almost a century, and the story remains an important chapter in the history of mountaineering and exploration. The Kum Icefall is a treacherous section of the climbing route on Mount Everest. It is located between Base Camp and Camp 1 at an altitude of around 18,000 feet, approximately 5,486 meters. The icefall is known for its unstable ice blocks and towering seracs that can break off at any moment, making it one of the most dangerous sections of the climb. For example, in 2014, a serac in the Kum Icefall collapsed, triggering an avalanche that killed 16 Sherpa guides who were preparing the route for climbers. The tragedy highlighted the risk and dangers of climbing on Mount Everest and sparked a heated debate about the safety of the climbing industry on the mountain. Despite its dangerous, the Kum Icefall is an essential part of the climbing route, and the climbers must navigate it multiple times during their ascent and descent of Mount Everest. The icefall is a testament to the incredible challenges that climbers face on the world's highest mountain and the courage and determination required to overcome them. The death zone is a term used in mountaineering to refer to altitude above 8,000 meters, approximately 26,247 feet, where the air pressure and oxygen level become dangerously low, making it difficult for human beings to survive for an extended period without supplementary oxygen. At such high altitude, the body's ability to acclimatize to the low level of oxygen is limited, and prolonged exposure can lead to a range of potential fatal conditions, including high-altitude pulmonary edema and high-altitude cerebral edema. There are several victims who has lost their lives in death zone, as you can see in the chart. One real-world example of death zone is Mount Everest, the world's tallest mountain, which stands at a height of 8,848 meters. Which is approximately 29,029 feet. Climbers attempting to reach the summit of Everest must spend several weeks acclimatizing to the high altitude, and even with supplementary oxygen, the risk of altitude sickness and other health complications remains high. Several hundred climbers have died on Everest, many of them in the death zone, where the harsh conditions make rescue efforts difficult or impossible. Mystery of the Yeti. The Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the Himalayan region, including Mount Everest. Despite many claims of sightings and evidence, the existence of the Yeti remains a mystery. The photograph, which shows a set of large human-like footprints in the snow, became iconic in the world of mountaineering and helped to fuel speculations around the existence of Yeti. For the first time, an Indian Army mountaineering expedition team has sighted mysterious footprint of mythical beast Yeti measuring 32 into 15 inches close to Makalu Base Camp on 9th April 2019. Since then, numerous expeditions have been launched in search of the creature, and many supposed sightings and encounters have been reported. However, no conclusive evidence have ever been found to prove the existence of the Yeti, and most scientists remain skeptical of its existence. Despite this, the legend of the Yeti continues to capture the imagination of many people around the world, and it remains an ending mystery of the Himalayas. In recent years, Mount Everest has become increasingly popular among adventure tourists, and the number of climbers attempting to summit the peak has risen dramatically. This increase in traffic has led to several instances of traffic jams on the mountain, where climbers are forced to wait in long lines for hours or even days at a time, creating dangerous and potential life-threatening conditions. The most notorious incident of a traffic jam on Mount Everest occurred in 2019 when a record number of climbers attempted to summit the peak in a narrow window of good weather. Over 300 climbers, including inexperienced climbers, attempted to reach the summit, leading to long queues at several points on the mountain, including the Hillary Step, a steep and technical section near the summit. This incident drew international attention to the issue of overcrowding on Mount Everest and led to calls for stricter regulation on the number of climbers allowed on the mountain at any given time. While some measures have been put in place to address the problem, overcrowding and long wait time remains a persistent issue on the world's highest peak. I hope you found it informative and engaging, and that you learned something new about the deadly death zone and the mysterious Yeti on Mount Everest. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.